Acting is a hard job, and when it comes to choosing roles, actors often have to make hard decisions. Others can be a source of regret and embarrassment, while some roles may bring praise and recognition from critics. It's nice to know that even our favorite stars have problems at work, just like the rest of us. So let's not waste any more time and look at 10 scenes that actors regret filming. Number 10. Batman and Robin stars George Clooney in the film. Although the film was a commercial success, George Clooney admitted that he regrets one of the scenes he agreed to film. Clooney played the role of Batman. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter in 2017, he said, "It's easy to look back and think, wow, that was bad and I did a bad job in it." Clooney expressed particular regret over a scene where he and his co-star Chris O'Donnell, who played Robin, wore costumes with big breasts. He said, "I thought that would be a brave choice, but it turned out to be a bad one." The film was panned by critics and even referred to as a career-ending movie for George Clooney, despite the impressive box office haul of $238.2 million worldwide. In an interview, the actor from Ticket to Paradise said that he felt bad that he almost ruined the Batman franchise. Clooney even said that he hasn't let his wife watch the movie so that she will respect him as an actor. Even so, Clooney liked working on the movie and thinks of it as one of his most memorable projects. 9. Rupert Grint and Emma Watson in the Harry Potter reunion special. Emma Watson and Rupert Grint say they regret filming the scenes where their characters Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley kiss in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. Watson said that kissing Grint, who was like a brother to her, was terrifying. During the filming of the last 4 Harry Potter films, Emma Watson and Rupert Grint had to shoot a kissing scene, which both of them found horrifying. They couldn't stop laughing during the shoot, Emma revealed, despite the fact that the kiss was meant to be dramatic. The director David Yates spoke with both actors to make sure they were comfortable and compared the situation to getting ready for a big sports game. Emma mentioned that since Rupert wasn't going to start the scene, she would have to make it happen. The actors were able to shoot the scene and finish the film in spite of their discomfort. Even though the Harry Potter franchise was a huge hit and made its young cast into stars, Watson and Grint's regret over the kiss scene shows how hard it is to grow up on screen and act out romantic relationships with co-stars who are like family. 8 on the list is Jim Carrey. In the 2013 superhero film Kick-Ass 2, Jim Carrey played the role of Colonel Stars and Stripes. However, due to the movie's violent content, he later expressed regret for agreeing to play a part in it. In a tweet, he stated that he could not support the level of violence in the movie, particularly the scenes he was a part of that simulated excessive violence. Jim Carrey also stated that he couldn't promote the movie in good conscience because of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shoot, which happened before the film was released. Jim Carrey explained his decision to stay away from the film in an interview. He said that he had changed his mind about the role of violence in films. He said that he accepted the role because he thought it was just a silly superhero movie, but after the Sandy Hook shooting, he couldn't support a film that praised violence. Jim Carrey admitted that he had enjoyed working with the cast and crew of the movie, despite his regret. Sharon Stone is number 7. A highly contentious scene involving Stone's character, Catherine Trammell, is featured in the 1992 erotic thriller film Basic Instinct, starring Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas and directed by Paul Verhoeven. Trammell is being questioned by the police in the scene. When she opens her legs, she shows that she is not wearing any pants. Stone revealed that she had no idea the scene was going to be filmed in such a revealing way and that she had not agreed for it to be in the film. She says that the first time she saw the scene, she was in a room full of agents and lawyers and felt like only her body parts were on display. Stone says she didn't like the scene and even hit the director, Paul Verhoeven, before leaving the projection booth and calling her liar. Stone says that the film was sent to the Motion Picture Association of America 7 times before it got an R rating. Stone also said that the director asked her to take off her pants for a scene but told her that nothing would be seen, which was not true. 6th on the list is Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke, who became famous around the world for her role as Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones, has talked about a scene that fans love but that she regrets filming. During a 2019 episode of the podcast Armchair Expert, she revealed her discomfort in filming naked scenes. She mentioned how scary it was for her to shoot these scenes and how she disliked the idea of her parents seeing her on screen without clothes. Clarke also expressed her regret over watching the season 6 episode Book of the Stranger with her son. In order to win the Dothraki's loyalty, she mentioned in a 2016 interview on Live with Kelly that her character burns down a temple, kills the Khals, and walks out of the temple naked and unharmed. Even though it was a big change for her character, Clarke felt uncomfortable watching it with her parents, who had been complaining that she wasn't doing much. She said she regretted putting them in front of it right away, and she remembered her dad asking again. 5. Zoe Deutch in the Netflix romantic comedy Set It Up. Zoe Deutch plays Harper, a hard-working assistant who, along with her partner Charlie, decides to set up their bosses to make their own lives easier. The movie was a hit, but Deutch regrets filming one scene. The pizza scene, which was also regarded as an instant classic by fans, was Zoe Deutch's most regrettable moment in the romantic comedy movie Set It Up. In the scene, her character Harper and her co-star Charlie sit on a fire escape and eat pizza while looking at each other. Deutch ordered her favorite plain cheese pizza from Joe's Pizza, but halfway through the scene, she violently threw up. Due to the discomfort and physical pain it caused her, she also regrets filming the scene. She said that there was real physical pain in the experience, and she admitted that it might have changed how her co-star Glenn Powell sees her. Channing Tatum comes in 4th place. In a recent interview, Channing Tatum revealed that he tried almost a dozen times to get out of playing in the 2009 movie G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. He said that he turned down the movie 7 times, but a clause in his contract made him star in it. Tatum had already expressed his dislike for the movie, calling it bad and claiming that he had been pushed into doing it. Tatum's dissatisfaction with the movie was clear in the sequel, G.I. Joe: Retaliation, because he asked to be killed off in the first 10 minutes so he wouldn't have to do any more films in the franchise. Tatum has also expressed his dislike for the first movie, saying that he didn't want to be G.I. Joe and did not want to do something bad. Tatum clearly regrets being a part of the G.I. Joe franchise. His dislike for the movie is a result of his disappointment with the script and the fact that he was pushed to do it. Shia LaBeouf is number 3. In the 2008 blockbuster film Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Shia LaBeouf has expressed regret over his involvement. LaBeouf, who played Mutt Williams in the film, felt like he dropped the ball with his performance. In an interview, LaBeouf revealed that he had discussed his concerns about the script and the overall direction of the film with the director, but that he was ultimately convinced to take the role. He said, "I talked to Spielberg, and he told me he had this shape in mind for my character's journey. He had an idea that I was going to be able to hold the reins on this thing and steer it in the direction he wanted it to go," LaBeouf said. "On the legacy that people loved and cherished, I think I dropped the ball." LaBeouf also expressed his disappointment with the way the film turned out, saying that it didn't live up to the standards set by the previous Indiana Jones films. LaBeouf said, "You get to monkey swinging and other things like that, and you can blame it on the writer or on Steven Spielberg. But the actor's job is to make it come alive and work, and I couldn't do that, so I'm to blame. Simple." Will Smith is number 2. Will Smith said in an interview that his 2013 film, After Earth, was the most painful failure of his career. Smith and his son Jaden, who played the son of Smith's character, both starred in the science fiction movie. The film, which was directed by M. Night Shyamalan, was set in the future when people had to leave Earth and move to a new planet because it was no longer safe to live on. But when the spaceship crashes, things go wrong. Smith's character gets hurt and his son has to go out alone to save them. Smith revealed that he felt the movie was too personal and too emotional for him, and that he regretted making it. He claimed that he had passed up a role in Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained to work on After Earth with his son, and the film's poor reviews made him question his decision. Smith said he realized he had made the movie for all the wrong reasons and regretted not listening to his gut. First on the list is Alec Guinness. Sir Alec Guinness, a British actor best known for his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars trilogy, has publicly expressed regret over his involvement in the franchise. Guinness once called Star Wars fairy tale rubbish and thought it was the worst thing he had ever done in his career. He thought the movie's dialogue was lamentable, and he said that Star Wars creator and director George Lucas was not a director of actors. Even though Guinness didn't like the film, he played Obi-Wan Kenobi with his usual professionalism, and his performance has become a staple of the Star Wars franchise. Guinness's regret was primarily caused by the fact that Star Wars overshadowed his other great works, and that, despite his extensive and varied body of work, he would always be associated with the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's important to note that Guinness was nominated for an Academy Award for his role in the original Star Wars film, but that his regret over being a part of the franchise was a big part of his career. Here are just a few examples of actors who said they regretted filming certain scenes or roles. It serves as a reminder that even well-known and successful actors can experience disappointment or dissatisfaction at times in their careers.